mixed emotions, or it is possible to hold many different emotional frequencies at the same time that may appear to contradict or negate each other. The frequency of pure joy is always available. We are remembering what it means to unashamedly hold joy in our hearts, our hands, our faces, while simultaneously having no choice but to tap into the deep soul anguish that comes with seeing the way things are, or are not, but are, due to ignorance on a mass scale. Joy feels like the way it should be, the way it will be, the way it is going. Death feels like, oh my God, what have we done? What have we done? What have we allowed? Individually, collectively. Because if you don't say no, then you're saying yes. Can't get around it. It's all just a hologram. And we need to protect the children. We learned, remembered, knew how to take down a death cult that is thousands and thousands of years old. But we learned how to do it for me. I learned how to do it using the parameters that were encoded and loaded into me and my being. How can I translate that knowing so that it can be widely assimilated? It's like we've had to develop such complexity that it's very difficult to grasp what it means to live a simple life, what it means to speak simply. Everything I know is beyond words. But we can't impose a 10-day Vipassana retreat on the whole world. We're not putting ayahuasca in the municipal water supplies, right? We're not doing it, guys. That is not the way. Yesterday, I was justifying the context for my being in Edinburgh relative to the fact that I was born in a different country, hundreds of miles away. And I said, I do not have a support network in Birmingham, being the city of my birth. And halfway through transferring that information, I stuttered. My central nervous system kicked in and altered the flow of my speech and my being like a glitch. And I realised afterwards if that didn't happen, then I would have finished that sentence and then been sat in Edinburgh Council office with a stranger named Melody, and I would have broken down emotionally, completely. Because I haven't allowed myself, I haven't found the space to fall apart because I was too busy holding it all together. And that's not good enough. I don't mean because the world isn't looking after me. I mean because the world isn't looking after us. We are not looking after each other. In the Bible it says, what you do for the lesser of these, you do for me. Every human life, every soul, human or otherwise, is just as valuable as the next and the last. I fell through the cracks of society on purpose to see who was paying attention, to see if there were any other safety nets other than God. As in, the force, the source, not acting through humans, but just the living canvas and structure of actual, realistic, true life. And there were little buffers here and there to slow my free fall into the underworld, but no substantial hand. We must do better, we must be better, and I know I'm part of that because I know exactly what's needed, don't I? I can be that, but not on my own. The spaces I have been in have not been conducive with coming apart, entirely combusting, turning yourself inside out and bringing yourself dry. We are water. We are water, and we've been fluoridated. That's a fact and a metaphor. But who cares if our minds have been dumbed down, because you can't dumb down a heart. It's impossible to sell your soul. But there's no difference between that and denying ownership of it. But accepting ownership means accepting responsibility. It means no more victimhood. Yes, we've heard it before. The world is fucked. Too right. But the earth, she lives and she sings. You reckon it's time to change? It's always time to change. We're always changing. Is it time to take control of our evolution? We're not fatalistic animals. Catastrophic cattle. In a song by Narco, I forget which one. He says, let her go because she can no longer feed you. The whore of Babylon, with crooked teats and rancid milk. Mother, mama, us, self-sustaining. Who God bless, no man curse. We are a big tree, Babylon is a small axe. And it's not funny anymore, so it's time that we live in comedy. We are owed one long laugh, one long satisfied exhale. We are one heart. The only way is up. And it has been pretty up and under. No. Elevate, go to hell. Elevate, go to hell. Hades is a training ground. Heaven, the reward. Pleasure and pain, that paradigm played out. We cling to one or both. We over-expect one or both. We gorge on pleasure until it becomes painful. We delight in the self-flagellation. Misery loves company, but guess what? So does joy.